Okay, let's get this panel started. So just to reiterate, the title of this discussion is How to Improve SEO Using AI. So it's a good question. Neil and Josh. Neil, let's start with you. If you could introduce yourself, maybe say a bit about your company and your role at the company.
Yeah, I'm Neil. I'm one of the founders and CEO of a company called StyleAI. We build AI assistants to help businesses with their digital marketing, anything from building a website to Google Ads to their SEO.
Excellent. Josh.
Awesome. Hey, everyone. I'm Josh. Good to meet you. I'm the founder of a company called Coframe. Our mission is to enable websites and applications to improve themselves on their own based on how users are using them.
Wonderful. So first question, two parts. What is the difference in performance between an AI-powered SEO strategy and a more conventional strategy? What specific roles can AI play in enhancing SEO strategies? And how can marketers leverage AI algorithms to gain a competitive edge in search rankings? Neil, let's start with you.
Yeah. When you think about SEO, especially on-site SEO strategies, it comes down to a few things. It's choosing the right keywords. If you're a baseball cards company, you don't want to choose the word baseball. It's too competitive, even though it might seem something that's relevant. So you're looking at things like what keywords have the greatest monthly traffic, but the lowest keyword difficulty. What could I actually rank for that has the highest traffic? And then it's all about building really solid content and code changes around those keywords. And so when you think about content generation, you want to put out the highest quality content, but you also want to put out a really solid cadence of content, a really solid cadence of code changes, those kind of things. And so with AI, yes, you have a trade-off. If you have a really, really great content writer, it is possible that if you're using an AI, it might not be the exact same quality, but you're going to be able to go 10x as fast with 10x as much content in the same duration of time. So you do have a small trade-off on potential with quality, but you're able to do SEO 10x faster with 10x fewer resources. And those strategies over time are likely to potentially outperform some of the previous ones that were being used.
Amazing. Josh?
Yeah, so SEO is a multifaceted thing. When we're talking about keywords, it's really the tip of the iceberg. It comes down to actually strategizing where you're going to be positioning yourself. And Neil made a really good point. It's about keywords that have kind of low competitiveness, but high relevance to what you're doing. And you want to kind of drive people that have the highest commercial intent with that specific thing toward what you're doing. What AI is very good at is synthesizing what that audience might be for you. And so because SEO is this very deep thing that has a lot of different facets, it comes down to actually strategizing how your brand positions against other brands in the market, and how different keywords are interacting with each other. That sort of reasoning capability that LLMs have now is really powerful for being able to come up with a strategy. Something that we've been seeing at Coframe, and we're not specialists on SEO by any means, and then turn that into more about commercial intent, about low competition and low hanging fruit keywords. You can actually tailor your product's communication. And so from a copywriting
And user experience, how can an AI-driven personalization enhance the user experience on websites, and what impact does this have on SEO performance? And if you can share some examples of successful implementations. I want to ask both of you this question. Neil, let's start with you.
Yeah, I feel like this is right up Coframe's alley, but happy to answer first. I think when we try and think about personalization, obviously it's one of the most important things when you get to the bottom of the funnel. You have your paid or you have your SEO bringing you folks, and then you want to work on getting them to turn into leads, turn into paying customers, obviously. And so when you think about the personalization, a big problem that presented itself before was if you're trying out 10, 15, 100 different landing pages, you needed to produce content for 10, 15, 100 different landing pages. And you not only needed to produce just different first page, but potentially had different content showing up in different order. You potentially had different meta tags and descriptions for each one of those pages. And the more and more branched out you start thinking about your landing page strategy, which is just the smallest bottom component of bringing in leads, super important part, but still only one component. It made it really tough for companies that didn't have a full team working on everything in the funnel to be able to do that. I'm sure that a company like Coframe is solving a big part of that problem by being able to test out those different landing pages. But then when you think about it from an SEO perspective, now you could also have your meta titles, your descriptions, the blogs, the content, all of the individual parts of each one of those landing pages also fully optimized. You don't have to spend weeks on that anymore. You can spend hours and pump it out pretty quickly.
Josh.
Yeah, so I kind of look at personalization as solving two problems simultaneously. The first is finding the right segments, the customer segments that you should personalize into. And then the second problem is actually being able to target those customer segments effectively. And AI does a very good job at both, actually. I'd say that the first is probably a little bit better, has been solved for some time now, which is to say, like, people have been using more classical algorithms to identify segments, and you have a lot of tools out there for this. What generative AI is very good at is solving that sort of issue that arises when you're having to deal with multiple segments. With n segments, you have to do n times the initial amount of work to actually personalize your content for it. And so all the different aspects of the site, you have a bunch of landing pages, as Neil was saying, you have meta tags, you have the actual content itself. All that has to be written. And so what the big unlock here is sort of like generative AI. You can kind of think of it as like an assembly line. It's like a little bit of an industrial revolution, being able to mass produce content that is truly personalized, and it's a very challenging task for humans, but it's very readily solved with generative AI.
Okay, optimizing content with AI. In what ways can AI be used to optimize content for search engines? Share insights into AI tools that can help with content creation, keyword optimization, and ensuring relevance to target audiences.
Yeah, I guess I might chill ourselves here a little bit then. That is right up the alley of what we do. So we build a few different AI assistants, but one of them takes your URL, finds the keywords you should be going for. It runs the same kind of keyword analysis Josh and I were talking about a couple questions ago. It's like, you don't want to find keywords that are too hard but have really high traffic, and vice versa. He finds those keywords, writes the content, writes the code changes, kind of deploys it on your site. I would say that's obviously a very helpful tool. I think it's most helpful when used in collaboration, though, with someone who is not only using AI tools. And so I say that as, if you're launching new products that's not currently on your site, or you're launching, to a new audience that you haven't launched to before, a kind of a human that understands the strategy of the company, combining it with the tools that are being used by AI is probably the best strategy you're thinking about when it looks like how you can use the tools to best grow your company. Not just using the human, that's too slow, not just using the AI tools, doesn't account for kind of the future purpose of the business. So yeah, I would say hopefully that in combination with what we're doing is probably pretty helpful.
That's awesome. Yeah, the way that we look at optimization is what we're trying to achieve at a high level is you have a quantitative goal that you're trying to optimize against. This could be conversion rate, engagement rate, something of that nature. It could be bottom line revenue. And where I think generative AI fits into this is being able to consistently and sort of 24/7 be able to target that objective, continuously produce and optimize content against that, and be able to sort of hold all of the things that you've tried historically in its mind, be able to constantly optimize to that objective. And so that's kind of the way I see generative AI playing into the optimization part of this, and something that I think is one of the larger opportunities now in the market for that.
Okay, adapting to algorithm changes. Search engine algorithms evolve. How can marketers use AI to adapt quickly to algorithm changes, ensuring that their SEO strategies remain effective and compliant with the latest search engine guidelines? If you can, please share an example of a strategy that was once successful but no longer is.
Yeah. I think we have an interesting thought process on this. Is you have Google, there are other search engines, but people primarily care about Google. That's making minor updates. I believe it's 5 to 6 times every day. And then you have a major update that's a few times a year, a handful of times a year. We've always kind of thought that there's been an overreaction for folks in the SEO community to these changes over time, because there's been a couple of things that have always remained constant about SEO. You have good content, and people who have good content talk about your content in the form of linking to your site. And so I think if you're using an AI tool to get the basis of your SEO down, those kind of two pillars have always remained constant. Then if you're really fine-tuning, your SEO strategy, you want it to be applicable to all the minute changes that Google and other engines are making to them, probably the best strategy is you're looking at the differences in keywords, and you're looking at the differences in these non-content related aspects of SEO, which over time, computers should be able to tell you what's changing and stuff. So I think it's a little bit of a exaggerated problem, but one that AI could probably help with by continuing to fine tune the type of content it's pumping out.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting that the algorithm changes every few months. I see it becoming sort of this cat and mouse game where with generative AI kind of consistently trying to find that right approach to it. And then Google trying to figure out, where are people finding arbitrage? I think that cycle is probably going to end up getting faster and faster. I haven't been in the game. We don't really focus on SEO, and I haven't really been in the game that long to be able to know previous things that have worked and do not work now. But something that I'm even hearing now is a lot of the sort of mass-produced blogs are starting to become less effective because of AI tools being able to generate large amounts of content, either human in the loop or fully autonomously. So that's a really interesting trend to see, and I'm going to be very curious to see how players like StyleAI are able to fully automate the sort of the reaction to that. It's going to be a really exciting time for people because basically, if you're not using a tool like this, you're going to fall behind. There's no way that you're going to be able to write as quickly as these AI tools.
Okay, I really want to get to this question. Measuring and reporting SEO success with AI. What AI-driven metrics and analytics tools are available for marketers to measure and report the success of their SEO efforts? Can you share specific KPIs from your own work? How can these insights inform future SEO strategies? Neil.
Yeah, I think that AI is definitely going to help in promoting people's SEO. I don't think it's going to create any new metrics. I think there's a lot of very industry standard ways of measuring how you're doing your SEO, your organic traffic, the non-branded keywords you're ranking for, the number of keywords you're ranking for over time, your domain authority. If you go to SEMrush, you'll be inundated in different metrics on how to measure how your organic traffic is growing. I don't think that the new wave of AI is promoting anything new there, but I think that we are seeing those metrics trending in the upwards direction for companies that are utilizing AI, and we're seeing them go in the upward direction a little bit faster. It used to be considered that if you're a company doing SEO, 4 to 6 months was kind of the minimum time by the time you'd really feel the results. You'd see yourself ranking a little bit higher, you'd see your domain authority going up, but you wouldn't really feel that there was a lot more customers coming in and finding you organically. I think we're starting to see some companies say around 3-4 month mark that they're really seeing progress because they're able to pump out what's needed in such a shorter duration of time with so much less money up front. And so I think maybe you'll see a difference in the amount of time before someone sees some improvement. But otherwise, it's the same KPIs I think we've been using that should be trending in the upward direction.
Yeah, on the other side of things, what we're seeing is more on the quality of traffic, the quality of people who land on your site is increasing when you're able to align the content of what you're communicating about your product with that commercial intent. People who actually indeed have some commercial intent that land on your site, even if it might be a smaller volume of traffic, these leads are higher quality. And so that's a really interesting metric to optimize for, which is the ratio of impressions to conversions, that conversion rate. Being able to drive a lot of traffic is great, but ultimately being able to drive high quality traffic is the most important thing. That's something that we're seeing is very, very interesting as it relates to how SEO is impacting metrics.
Neil, Josh, I want to thank you so much for being on this panel. Really interesting discussion. Appreciate both of you. Let's give Neil and Josh a round of applause. And if you guys would like, after you get the mics off, if you want to do a Q&A with Neil and Josh, they'll be right over there at the podium. Just follow up with a few questions. StyleAI, Coframe, both amazing companies. So thank you guys.